Yo people, gonna make it a relatively quick one. Ignore the compressor draining down, it's nearly home time. So I got this Ford Transit, 17 plate, with a problem. And I just thought I'd share this because I did a little bit of research online and found the answer to the problem, and sure enough it is exactly what the forum said. But there's nothing, doesn't seem to be anything on YouTube about the Transit Custom window wiper fault. So this has a problem with the window wipers. They stopped working. The washers as well. When you pull the stalk, there was nothing. And the low speed and the intermittent wouldn't work. High speed, they would try and do something, but this one just sort of jumps up and down, and that one would go up and then not come back down. So the problem, I will struggle to show you now because the connector is way back there. But the problem is actually the window wiper motor connector. So it's a known problem. It has been documented. There we go, I managed to get it out. Let's see if we can get you in on that. So this is a 14-pin connector. You see the pus coming out of it. So that is actually window washer fluid. Window washer fluid leaks into the connector and ruins the connector, which is exactly what's happened to this one. I sprayed a bit of cleaner in it, wiggled it around, put it back on, and then the washers started working. The wipers kind of worked for a minute, but then gave up again. So here's the problem. So there is a connector. I found it on eBay. It's £100 for an eBay connector, and then you have to solder that in. They send you the little heat shrink terminals, but they're crap. Don't use those. Solder them in. And yeah, it's £100. This is a working van. It needs to be back on the road, which is a bit of a problem because we're coming up to Christmas and the wipers don't work in winter. Real useful. But yeah, so if you've got that problem where your wipers all of a sudden go rather floppy and don't work very well, I'll just tell you how the system works because I didn't know this, but now I do. So on live data, you can see in the steering control control module, you can actually watch all the functions of the stalks. So I went in there first, and there was a fault code in there, and I looked, and yeah, you've got all the intermittent speeds on here. The washer thing, all the signals worked, so it was commanding everything on. Now basically these don't have a mechanism joining the two wipers together, so they're actually completely separate wipers. There's nothing connecting them together. But what there is a motor on this side, which you can just about see the connector there. So you've got a few wires there and motor. And then you've got the connector on this side for this motor. This is the master control motor. So this motor this side controls that wiper arm that side as well. And it also controls the washers. That all runs through the same plug. So that's why when it fails, you can't really do anything with it and random parts don't work. So that's the main control unit for both wipers, and that's the main control plug for both wipers and the washer jets. So yeah, if you've got that problem of the washers not working, or the wipers playing up and not wiping correctly, check that plug for corrosion. It is a known problem. Apparently Ford did a repair part for it, but you ring Ford or my local dealer and they hadn't got a clue. I even gave them the numbers off of this connector, no idea. Now the one that's on eBay for sale says Bosch on the packaging, and the forum I read said that it was Bosch that made the replacement connector. So why it's £100, it's probably just because it can be, but it's a bit of daylight robbery if you ask me, but what can you do about it? So yeah, so there's a problem. with the Transit Custom wiper motor plug and what happens to it. Hope if you've got that problem, hope that helped. Like I say, I looked and there's not many people talking about it, or there was nothing specific about the wipers not working on these vans. So I thought I'd just do this quick 7-minute video. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.